Sunday, long day, Persona 4. That about sums it all up, I think. Happy Sunday, YouTube. I'm Muffin Monkeys. This is Persona 4 Day by Day. And today we have got a full day ahead of us. We're going to do some talking. We're going to do some item shopping. We're going to kick some ass in the TV world. And then we're all going to learn a very valuable lesson about ourselves. It is slated to be a full day for sure. We're starting off here chatting with Nanako. We're going to head out and meet up with our friends to discuss Yukiko appearing on the Midnight Channel. We're going to discover that she was in fact abducted and placed in there, and we're going to try and rescue her.
The sun's gonna come out. I should do some
Nanako here being as, I don't know, collected a
Weren't you going somewhere?
single-digit-year-old can be. She can watch the house by herself, and we're gonna go out and have fun. Very irresponsible, big bro.
Sorry for the
We skip ahead here to June S, where Yosuke is going to provide us a little insurance for the TV world.
So, which one strikes your fancy?
Which one strikes our fancy? Honestly, Yosuke, I'm a little concerned that you're brandishing those so flamboyantly in the middle of this congregation here. Oh, the blade's fake, okay.
Wait, maybe both would be good.
Hey, what does that leave me with? I know I said I was going to exploit your friendship to save my own life, but come on now. You know, that's what I just kid. That's all I do. Okay. He's doing that. Uh-oh. Somebody swatted us.
2 suspicious young males found.
Thank you, Internet.
Weapons, requesting immediate backup.
Oh, come on now. If I was a police officer and I saw this situation, I would think that Yosuke was threatening this other kid with the way he's flailing those weapons around.
Two ordinary kids who like weapons. That doesn't sound right either.
Put the weapons down now.
Oh man, this guy was raised on 80s cops movies. We'll hear that story down at the station. Any cops in the audience? Do you actually say that stuff when put people under arrest? I bet it feels good when you do it. Look at their funny hats. How are we gonna stand up to guys with hats like that? Oh, we're getting grilled by Dojima. Dojima. Shoot. Now even I'm saying it backwards. It's Dojima. As in, you boys are in a heap of trouble. We're lucky he was around. Oh, he saved us.
We're sorry.
Though I don't look that, phased by the situation. Look at that wide-legged stance, kind of standing there all nonchalant. Yosuke, his head was down. He was embarrassed. He was sad. And there we go, just overhearing other people again as they walk by, making it blatantly obvious what we're doing. Come on, Dojima, how did you not overhear us? You were looking right at us the whole time.
I'm sure you've seen on the news that there's an investigation in progress. We're
sensitive about certain things, eh?
You're free to go. But this better not happen again.
Never. Oh, I can't believe we made it out of a Dojima grilling. Only getting a stern warning. He could have ripped our arms off and painted the walls with our blood.
Huh? Aren't you the kid
Yes, we are, Mr. Beanhead.
Oh, can we ask you something?
Now, while Adachi spills the beans on everything that the police do, the music here is so unnecessarily intense. Listen to that. I feel like I should be riding a roller coaster into the mouth of a volcano.
Keep this between us, okay?
Since I opened the can of worms yesterday about Persona 5, I might as well continue with news that will likely be outdated by the time this hits the air. But the Persona 5 protagonist has earned the nickname Potter because of a resemblance to the Mr. Potter, Harry of,
By the way,
you probably heard of
say
him
anything
somewhere.
to you guys about maybe going through
I
some
personally
hard
didn't
times?
see that connection till saw some artwork as such. When I first saw the trailer, I didn't think Harry Potter, but now that I see it, yeah, and it's kind of cool that he has a nickname.
Yamano had some harsh words for the manager about the staff's attitude
There we
towards
are.
guests.
He's telling us about
Stress that caused the manager
what
to
happened
collapse.
with Yukiko's
Man,
parents
with Miss Amagi
and
being
why
the
Yukiko
daughter, she must have
might
felt
be
really
behind the
strongly
murders.
about the incident, you know?
At least that's what they're thinking right now.
By the
Wait,
way,
is he still named
Miss
Young
Amagi
Detective? Have
pretended
they not
that
called
she
him
would
Adachi
leave
yet?
the house. 'Cause if not,
Or is that just
there's some
always what it...
theories
Oh,
flying around
I didn't want to
that
jump
she
the
may know for some
gun
reason
on the
about her.
introduction of his name as Adachi.
I think I've gone too
Whatever.
far. You didn't hear that.
Anyway,
right?
as I was saying,
Adachi, what the hell
oh
are you
my
checking
goodness.
civvies for?
I think we're gonna witness a Dojima dragon transformation.
I got it right here.
You better get him that coffee. This whole town could go up in flames. Now we're gonna get grilled by Chie as well. We are going to be two burnt young boys after this is over. All this grilling.
There you are.
As I was saying before, I stopped saying as I was saying.
What are you guys doing? I've been
The Persona 4 protagonist had a nickname before he got his official name. I don't remember the exact Japanese word for it, but it basically meant like boss, as in sort of like a mob boss or a gangster boss, because of the way he wears his coat and has his collar popped up,
It turns out Yukiko really did.
and the way Izanagi has a trench coat.
We've got no choice but to go now.
So his nickname has been sort of like a mob boss type thing,
Yukiko-san's
which
hiding way low.
the only connection
San's mom collapsed because
we
that house bitched her out.
English players of these games have to that is in Persona 4 Arena,
After makes her even worse.
Yu's nickname is the Kingpin of Steel, the sister complex Kingpin of Steel. So Kingpin is the localization of what his nickname was. Shut up, Dryer. I don't need to wear clothes now. I'm only doing voice. So unprofessional. Let's all calm down. Everybody calm down. You're damn right I'm right.
What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do? We're gonna nut up and we're gonna go and save this girl.
We've got to handle it ourselves.
Police are totally on the wrong track. Yosuke is hammering that home again, but I think he just wants to have fun. That's what his shadow said.
No matter what.
We're going to see a little bit of Chie's shadow today, a bit of foreshadowing. Speaking of which, if you wanted to skip ahead some of the dialogue here and get to the dungeon crawling, I don't blame you. You're going to be looking at the 16-minute mark, should put you in the right place. For now, if you're sticking with me, we're going to go down to Daidara Metalworks, where we can buy our equipment, all of our weapons and armor, accessories, and we can also sell materials to him
What kind of
so that he
shop
can
is
make
this?
more of that, and we're going to get those materials from
Metalworks
defeating
shop.
shadows.
They sell all sorts of metal crap, like katanas and stuff.
I don't know exactly how Mr. Daidara knows how to incorporate
What would you know about
bits
place
and
like
pieces,
this,
bits and
Oh,
baubles from
okay.
shadows into
Watch
making
one too many
stuff.
kung fu movies
Perhaps
and-
he knows a little bit more
It's not that at
about the
all.
TV
I
world than he
overheard
lets
some guys
on.
in class talk about it. They said this place sells weapons
We're
and
going
armor.
to get some weapons and hide them underneath
Oh, here, this one
our
looks
uniforms, our school uniforms, to
Oh,
bring
right.
them into Juness so we can get them into the TV world.
No, Chie.
That right there, that's a little flimsy for me. Because Holland is going to be carrying around a big-ass katana. I don't know how he... Katana, I said that like an American.
Yukiko might die
Katana.
from this, for crying out loud.
He's going to be carrying that around, and I don't know how he's going to be hiding that underneath his thing. I skipped ahead a little bit there because I was freaking out, thinking one of those dialogue options gave me more points, but none of them do. So I just picked the
Listen,
bottom one.
I'm not kidding around. You don't know what it's like in there.
But the katana
If
that
you're not gonna listen to our warnings, we're leaving you here.
Mr. Holland Nandaba uses is as big as him. I don't know
If you
how he's
insist on
supposed to
coming,
hide
just
that
make
under
sure you have
his
something to protect
clothes.
yourself.
For Yosuke, it makes sense. He's just got some knives. Chie's got shoes.
All right.
And Yukiko eventually has fans.
Man, what
Then,
should we
like,
get?
Kanji has all kinds
mind
of just
picking out something
random
for me,
stuff
too?
lying around. Like, he has a chair. At least
You're our
that's an
main asset in
inconspicuous
battle right
weapon.
now.
I'm the only one not getting this right.
Whatever makes it easiest for you.
Yosuke, or should I say Brosuke, is singing my praises, gives me money to go and buy the items for everyone,
my stuff
except for
all
Chie.
picked out.
Apparently
How about
she's
you
all
guys?
set to go. I don't know why Daidara doesn't get... Oh,
You know,
well, these
wear this
clouds.
stuff around town,
Oh my
just
goodness.
get picked up
I didn't know this place didn't have a roof. What's going on here? Okay. Alright, there we go.
But it's not like we
Those
can
rolling
waltz into
blackouts,
gymnastics
man, they
with
come out of
simple
nowhere.
gear and expect no one to notice either.
And here they are talking about how they're gonna hide the
Why
stuff.
not conceal them under our uniforms?
Yeah, they get the point pretty well. I'm the only idiot who lugs a freaking
Okay, let's try that.
stereotypical anime weapon in there.
All right, let's split up and get ready.
I've been watching the Persona 4 anime along with what parts I get to in the
If we walk
game.
around together, the cops might get
And one thing
suspicious.
they exclude in the anime is the
Then I'll see you
kids
guys at
using
the
weapons.
gymnastics
They
court.
only fight with the personas, which is, I don't know, kind of interesting. Makes a bit more sense than them lugging around weapons and armor all the time. Here's old man Daidara telling us about how we can give him rare materials and he'll make stuff for us. We still have to buy it though. Yeah. When he says praise, he means tons of cash. Everything here is super expensive. I'm gonna go ahead and get that big ass katana. Buy that. It's not that much stronger. And I don't know, Yosuke was saying the golf club isn't a great weapon, but it has better accuracy than the katana. Which, I have to say, I've been on a golf course, I don't think that's true. I can never hit those balls. And these knives are just barely better than the monkey wrenches. I really should have spent my money on armor instead of weapons right now. But they're serviceable. I'm not gonna be too brokenhearted about it. Anyway, we head out of the store. And don't you just hate when doors pop out of nowhere and people are like, open me. Open me. That's some Alice in Wonderland ass shit right there. So the Velvet Room is calling me. I think I will go. Alright, so I skipped the Velvet Room scene. What happens there is Igor tells us about Persona Fusion, and Margaret tells us about the Persona Compendium, both of which are things that don't really matter at this point in time. I only have one persona, which means I can't do any fusion, and I can only register one persona, the Izanagi, into the compendium, so it just kind of is a waste of time to talk about those things today. Might as well just save us some time, exclude that clip. Now, I mentioned before I was watching the anime, and that has the newer voice for Teddy.
Now's not the time for stupid jokes.
And I mentioned in a previous day that I liked this Teddy voice
Listen,
equally to the other one,
came here yesterday, right?
but I think the performance of the other voice actor, whose name is escaping me right now, I'll include that in tomorrow's episode, what the name of both the voice actors are for Teddy.
I'm Chie. But
I liked his performance better. It's more energetic. It makes Teddy's constant, like, questioning of himself and his sort of insecurities about not knowing who he is a little bit funnier in some aspects. I mean, this guy does it too, and he's got the more dramatic voice of Teddy down for sure. But both of them do a good job in the dramatic department.
one ready?
The difference is, it's kind of like watching one guy go so over the top that it's funny. You know, like let's say Teddy stubs his toe. The anime voice actor, he will freak out and roll around and yell, and he'll laugh at him because it's just so absurd that he's freaking out over a stubbed toe. Whereas this one, if he stubbed his toe, would fall on the ground, roll around, and cry, and he'd laugh for a little bit, and then you would feel bad because he's crying. And that's the difference. That's the best way I can put it, just on the spot here. We're outside of Yukiko's castle, and Yosuke is trying to figure out if anyone is filming the Midnight Channel, or if it's just some sort of anomaly we can only see in our world.
happening? Are we really looking into this world?
And it turns out that it might
Because
be
the first time Yukiko
the
showed
thoughts
up on that channel was
of the
before she
person who
disappeared.
entered the
Doesn't that
TV,
seem
or it
off?
could even be
I mean,
the shadow
Yukiko
form
saying
of
stuff
the
like,
person
"Score myself a hot stud."
putting on that
It's
show.
not like her at all.
Score. Stud?
Score myself a hot stud.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. Yukiko-san would never say anything like
What
that.
was I talking about before? Persona Fusion. That's it.
I wonder.
We'll burn those
Is this kinda
bridges
like
when we
what
get to
happened
them.
me last time?
The Fusion and the Persona Compendium.
There's a lot of
Basically,
stuff I
summing up
still
what
don't
Igor
get,
said
but after hearing your story,
is when we fuse personas,
program happens
the
because
resulting
of the person
persona
who appears on
is going to
it,
have an
or
arcana.
something like that.
That arcana refers to one of the social links. If our social link is at
So
a higher
Yukiko
level,
is producing
we
that show
will
herself?
increase, the persona will get
Ah, I
an
don't like
experience
this at
boost
all.
once we create it. So that's the purpose behind the social links.
Hey,
The
do you feel
more
Yukiko's
connections
presence
and
from
bonds we
inside?
have with people, the stronger our personas.
I'm pretty sure.
And Persona Fusion is key to keeping yourself strong in this
what's
game.
Scoring with a hot stud thing?
As we'll see in the coming weeks, I'm going to be using Fusion to prepare for
I'm
the
going
boss
on
of the
ahead.
castle here. Or one of the bosses, rather.
Hey, wait, don't go
Chie
alone.
charges ahead,
Jeez,
and we're going to
better follow
begin our first dungeon crawl. First things first, we want to talk to Teddy here. He's going to provide us with a few items that will be essential to keeping ourselves alive. You can never have enough free stuff. There's a revival bead, so if someone gets knocked out, we can pick them back up. And then we've got Peach Seed and Soul Drop. Peach Seed heals you for a little bit. Soul Drop is essential because it recovers SP. So here we are in the dungeon! We're gonna rescue Yukiko! Alright, let's pick up the pace a little bit. You don't actually move that slow. The dungeon is randomly created. There are doors and pathways and treasure chests and monsters, so let's get to our first fight. We have the player advantage, which means we hit the shadow from behind, which lets Mr. Holland here get the first attack. I am Holland, and I will knock you all down! Hit these guys up with Zeo, which they're weak to. And then we're going to be able to do an all-out attack. Once all enemies are knocked down, we can initiate this. It's an attack that deals big damage. All of the enemies get picked up from their down state. But we deal massive damage, so that's why I said in a past episode that that's sort of the meta of battles. You wanna get in that situation where they're all knocked down. Here in the results screen, we have a chance to pick up an extra persona, but there's also the chance that we could get nothing or even not get money or experience from the battle. Luckily, we got the Pixie there, and we leveled up. So let's take a quick glance at Pixie. Level 2. Doesn't have any abilities that I'm very much interested in, so we're going to stick with Izanagi as we continue our exploration. Easily enough, we found the stairs. That'll take us to the next floor, but we want to explore this one fully. Take out every monster, get all the experience and items we can. Here's another round of Holland knocking them all down. Normally, I would want to be saving SP for the multiple floors that we want to descend because keeping your SP up is very hard. The items for it are scarce, and then later on, it costs a lot of money to recover it. This is our first treasure chest, which contains a life stone. We'll find a lot of these in the dungeon. That's a healing item. And we didn't get the player advantage this time since Yosuke's faster than me. He gets to go first, and he's also faster than the shadow. I forgot to set Yosuke's command to letting me be able to control him, so he took out that shadow himself. And he's going to do the same thing here. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to switch commands. And, well, you know what, Yosuke? That's what you get for acting on your own. And there we go. I can set this in battle, as well as outside. I'll remember that later. So now I control Yosuke directly, the same way that I control Mr. Nandaba. Take a quick glance at what he's got. We're just going to give this guy the old smack-a-dack-a-doo. He's going to do the same to Yosuke. And let's finish this guy off. No regard for SP right now. We don't have to go very far in this dungeon, so it's not a big deal. And we've got the opportunity to get a lot of personas here. So let's give this a spin. I'm gonna go for the Apsaras. Apsaras, that's how you say it. They're kind of like the Valkyries of, oh shoot, what religion is it? We'll take a look at the compendium, we can figure it out. Basically, they're dancers slash Valkyries. They go and pick up warriors, return them to heaven. And there we got a chest key from a chest, which to me is a little bit like finding the ingredients of a cake inside of a cake. So you can go and make more cakes. There we go. I will knock you all down. Shuffle time again. I see slime there. I want that slime. Not necessarily for his abilities, but for this little joke right here. You drew the persona card of slime. You've welcomed slime into your heart. Which probably isn't healthy. Thank you, Saxophone Senpai. Run into 2 more of these guys, saving some SP there. Yosuke gets a crit. Big hit, take him out. And that is a level up for Izanagi. Almost to his level 5 where he can get Tarukaja. I don't remember what that is because of all the names of abilities apart from the magic, or the offensive magic, are pretty hard to remember. There's another chest key. Since we've explored this floor, we're gonna head up to the next one. And this is where we get a dialogue where Teddy tells me how to direct commands outside of battle. Would have been helpful to know that before we started this floor, but I'm not complaining. We got the job done. Though now that I think of it, isn't saying I'm not complaining kind of just a passive-aggressive way of complaining? We find Chie, starstruck by those lovely curtains. I gotta admit, first thing that drew my eye in this room. Really ties it together. Also, I like that black and white tile there on the side. You know, when I look at patterns, my eyes suck. When I look at patterns like that in actual, I usually see them in bathrooms or something, or really old, like 60s diners. I don't know why, but my eyes get a little like the edges of the screen here. Like that. Anyone know what that's about? Just go to my doctor. Actually, no. I'm so squeamish about my eyes. I hate the eye doctor. You know, the puff of air, the drops. I will cry before I will do them. So now you know a little bit about me. That's what my shadow would say if he were. He'd come in, say that shit about me. And that's actually Yukiko's voice. That's not her shadow. You can tell because she don't have the distortion. That's the giveaway. You ever go to a masquerade with shadows? You can tell immediately who they are because they got a little. I can't do it because I can't split my voice into 2 tracks without having to go and edit that. And I ain't gonna do that. This day is long enough.
Chie is so kind, huh? What a joke.
That's a little bit of Chie's crying animation there. That's just how she reacts to any surprising thing. Has to clean up some tears.
Oh man, is that? It's just like Yosuke.
Another dead giveaway of shadows is that they radiate this lovely purple aura. You know, it's really great for Halloween, but then in other times of the year, it's not, you know, you sit on the bus next to them, and that stuff gets in your nose, and you start seeing things. In Persona 5, I want there to be a shadow of like a 5-year-old boy comes up and says, "I hate cheese," and his mom's there, and his mom's like, "But I made you cheese sandwiches for lunch today," and he's like, "I threw them in the garbage, Mom."
Man, did I get a charge out of that.
This game takes a very interesting view on friendship.
Anything if I'm not around.
On one hand, there's the sort of whimsical fantasy side of the friendship where it is your power. Yeah, we're going around killing monsters with the literal power of friendship. That's fucking awesome. We need to protect Chie. None of these matter. You could just say double ellipsis. I don't know what that would, I don't know how the others would interpret that.
No, don't come near me.
But you could do it. On one hand, this has the literal power of friendship. And on the other hand, we've got Shadow Chie here, who is all about, you know,
Anything else like that?
not really taking advantage of Yukiko. Well, I guess
Right. I'm the one who
I guess in a little way it is like that.
alone.
I mean, she's not actively taking advantage of her, but in the back of her head, she's like, oh yeah, if I'm with this person, all this stuff's gonna happen.
She depends on
Kind of in the same way to how Yosuke will take a deathly blow for me.
friend. I'll never lose
Hmm.
my grip on her. She's
Wonder
too
if
important to me.
Mr. Nandaba's shadow self came up, what he would have to say about everyone.
Think of her.
Maybe we'll see that sometime in the future.
Just gonna turn your
It's a little
back.
foreshadowing for you, bud.
But things are different now. When the time comes, I'll be the one left standing. You won't mind, right?
Uh-oh, here it comes.
Shut up!
Here it comes.
Chie, no!
You're not
Chie, you done fucked up, you did. So much pain and suffering could have been saved if only you didn't say the word. Ugh. There's Chie's shadow, looking like the Ku Klux Klan sitting on top of a bunch of schoolgirls.
It's coming! You have to use
She could probably use a trip to the salon, too. Those edges are looking a little sharp. What the hell? Was that the computer I used to record this? Did that pick up? Why? So unprofessional. Oh, Yosuke's not looking very motivated there. Did you see him?
true self. What are you
Yeah,
guys
he's just standing there.
trying to defend the real?
Come on, pick up your dukes.
You're gonna pay
Get into the stance. Otherwise, we're gonna pay the price.
Shut up! Quit being such
Oh, he's got to deliver this line before he gets started.
Hang in there a little longer.
Also, he's wearing headphones. I don't think that's very good, especially if he wants to take my orders. Let's get this started. Hit her up with the old Rakunda. Lower that defense. And we're gonna bash her. She's weak to Garu, but I forgot that before the battle started. Gonna get that smile wiped off the top of her clan hood. I don't know what that is. She's got kind of an earthbound looking ass, don't she? Hit her with Zio. That's the strongest thing we can do right now, apart from a physical attack, which drains my health. I wanted to conserve my health for this battle.
Do this, Chirag.
And here we go. Burning up. There it is.
Let's go, partner.
And we've got, you can even use an all-out attack on a boss, which is very nice. Sometimes you don't want to do that, because you can hit them again and knock them down, but we've already got her to half health. And now Yosuke looks pumped. He must have a jam going on in his headphones or something. Does he normally move that fast? I don't know if he normally moves that fast. Anyway, the green wall comes up, which means Garu is no longer effective. I took a look there just to double check. We're gonna continue making it rain with Zio. And with Yosuke, I thought about doing a bash, but wanted to save some health. Give her the old smack-a-deck-a-doo! She does the same. Chie's Shadow's not a big problem. She doesn't do a lot of damage. The biggest thing is she can throw you off with that wind guard, but that's about it. Now our defense is reverted. It's good that we got Izanagi up to the level where he has Rakunda as well, so that we can lower the defense. Or does he start with that? I forget. Don't know, don't care. It's helping now. Keep hitting this bitch up. We're gonna topple over those schoolgirls. That, and she has Mazio, which is not even a skill Chie can learn. And Yosuke's down. This is where I got a little bit worried. So instead of attacking this turn, I was gonna heal up Yosuke. I actually skipped ahead a little bit because I wanted to see if any of my personas had an ability to get Yosuke up. It doesn't matter too much. She's just gonna throw up the green wall again. Her health is low enough that I don't really care about that. Zappadappadoo! It's almost down, and the return of Yosuke. I almost went for a bash or Garu there. Decided to go for a straight up attack. Ooh! He's back on his feet and ready for revengeance. Now I know this is shocking, Shadow Chie, but you did. She gives one last Heil Hitler before her tower of bitches falls down. And that is that. 3,000 yen and a heaping helping of experience. That's gonna get Jiraiya to level 6, where he will learn Tsukukaja. If I remembered what that did, I would let you know, but I do not. Tsukukaja. It's now that I the spells in this game are just a gobbledygook. I can never remember which one is which. But Tsukukaja, that sounds like something a baby would say. Say Tsukukaja. I never thought of it that way before, but they all sound like baby talk now. My favorite is still Bufu. It's the ice spell. Chie's gonna learn that. We all have different faces, Chie. Yep. Everybody. Do I look like you? I know my name is actually you, but do I look like the person that you are? I don't think so. Does just Yosuke look like? Yosuke doesn't look like anybody. And I know that no one looks like Teddy. Everyone does have a side like this. This is sort of id and ego type dynamic here.
Yeah, I kind of get it now.
Yeah.
You are
She's understanding
a side of me I
because the
couldn't
90s
forgive,
sitcom
that I tried to
TV
ignore.
theme is playing.
But you still
We've learned our
exist.
lesson.
You're a part of me.
There you go. Shadow gives that nod of approval. And there we are. Still got a freaky face, Chie's persona, but you know what? You done good. Chie has faced her other self and obtained the facade used to overcome life's hardships. The persona Tomoe. We have gained another partner for battle.
Well, it's true that part of me feels that way. But I wasn't lying about being friends with Yukiko.
Did you know?
Like we didn't know
Yukiko
that
said,
already.
aw, Yosuke, you bro.
Hey, Chie!
He's just the nicest guy, isn't he?
I'm okay.
Oops,
You
I
don't look
skipped
okay at
that
all.
dialogue there. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to
the same
skip the other
pattern we
ones
have.
earlier. Like Shadow Chie. I think I don't know, I just rested my hand on the X button or something and it just
Hey,
kept
what
going.
should we do?
Let's go back. Let's take a break. Both wonderful options, but neither of them
I
matter.
agree. We need to let Chie rest.
I never said I needed a break. I can still keep going.
Don't overdo it.
Yeah, calm down.
It's not that we don't think you can. It's just we have to save Yukiko-san no matter what.
Now, Yukiko said her
Now
name
that
meant
you have the
snow,
power, you can fight
but
with us.
Yukiko actually means
It'd
snow
be much better
child,
for us all if you
because
had your
ko
strength
is,
back. That's why
is a
we're
word
saying we
for
should go back and
child.
regroup.
I don't know if it's the word for
But
child,
Yukiko's
or
still
even
in
the most
here,
used
isn't
one,
she?
because I don't know Japanese
If those were
at all.
Yukiko's true feelings, then I have to tell her something. I'm not as strong as she thinks. It's because she was with me.
Aww.
Because we were always together, I was able to act that way. If we weren't, I'd...
The power of friendship.
Well, you need to
It
keep
must
your
suck to
strength
be
up,
anybody else
then
but a
you can
protagonist
tell.
in this game. They only get one
Nature is
persona.
normal. The shadows don't attack normal people. They only attack when the fog lifts here.
So Yukiko-san will be safe until then, right?
I'm positive.
Yeah, I would really actually, in this game,
Why?
I would not like to have Chie's persona. From what I understand,
Teddy told us that the
Chie is
weather
just
here
kind
is the
of, she's a
opposite of our
physical
own.
fighter.
When it fogs over
Yosuke
in
is
our world,
more of a support,
that's
at
the
least
day it
here at the
lifts here.
beginning. He's very
That's when the
versatile,
shadows attack
so
their
he's
victims.
good.
So
And
even
then,
if
of
we
course,
leave for a
there's me,
while,
the
Yukiko-san won't
pinnacle
be in
of
danger
versatile.
until the fog starts to cover Inaba.
Well, not
sure
me as a person, but
It was the same way for that announcement,
Halinandaba.
Senpai. Don't you remember how it was foggy in town on the days they died?
But Chie is outclassed as
You
a
mean they were
physical
killed by
fighter
their
by
other
Kanji
sides?
when we get him later in the game.
The
So I
fog
don't know if
usually
I'll be
appears
using
after
her
it
throughout
rains.
the entire thing. I'm not one of those people who just forms an ultimate party
But
and
it's been
keeps
sunny
them
I don't think
throughout
it's
the
going to
entire
rain
thing. I
anytime
like to
soon.
use every character.
Don't worry so much.
But once we
We'll check
get
the weather
Kanji, I think
forecast
we'll be
first thing
seeing
when we
less
get
of
back.
Chie. Because Yukiko is
But
heavy
I
magic.
can't turn back
That's a
now.
role that
We've come so far.
the other characters
Yukiko's
don't
still
fill.
Here. She's all alone. She must be so scared.
And this is one thing that
Then you tell
is
me how much further we
hard
gotta
to
go
accept
reach
for this
Yukiko-san.
game. Potentially, we could be leaving Yukiko in here for weeks by herself. I mean, we could just go the next day and rescue her if we wanted.
If we push ourselves too hard,
But
get
if you
wiped
want
out,
to
we'll
do
save
all your
Yukiko-san
social links,
then.
then you have to set a
can't fail
schedule,
no matter
which
what.
I'll tell you about later
Huh?
today. But Yukiko could be wandering around here without food, all alone for weeks. How does she survive? It's like, why doesn't her shadow just show up and kill her? I get the rain thing, like it waits till it rains to go and get her. Let's go together next time. As friends, with bonds, and it's all so whimsical
No
and
worries.
friendly.
We're definitely gonna save Yukiko-san.
Damn right.
Right.
Yeah. Let's skip ahead here. GA gets her glasses, making her a seeker of the truth, part of our investigation team.
Why didn't you whip those out earlier if you had them?
I made them right now. You didn't tell me she was coming. It was all so sad.
Is Teddy an eye doctor?
I mean,
He's suddenly a lot more intimidating.
Huh. So
I'm gonna
that's
stay away from him.
I was wondering how you guys could see where you were
And
going.
Teddy's eyes are
Hey, is
lenses,
it all right if I keep this?
so he can just see through the fog forever. Teddy, don't say
We'll
that.
have to stop here today,
How dare you?
But I'll be back with these puppies.
Actually, that's hypocritical. I say faux show all the time.
Without me.
It feels pretty lame when I do it. So, what do you
let's all
think,
promise
little
each other
stuffed bear
nobody
saying
goes
it?
in alone.
He's no better than I am.
Dangerous. If we don't work together, we won't be able to solve this case or save Yukiko-san, right?
Yeah, we're just gonna let her starve in here for a while. Hope that her shadow doesn't attack her.
Yeah, I agree.
Considering we can go in here at any time, it is kind of bizarre that the shadow only shows up once we go in.
All right. So from
Maybe it's
tomorrow on,
triggered
we'll
by
try
us
to come
being
here as much
around.
as
I
we
guess
can
that's
after
what
school.
we're supposed to
That includes
assume.
days off. Hey, would you mind being our leader?
As if I was not already?
You were the first to get this power, and you're way better in a fight than either of us.
Yeah, so they're going to sing my praises for a few minutes.
And we follow your lead.
What this basically amounts to, in the game sense, is sure, why not? Oh, these nonchalant answers that don't
I
matter.
mean, I'm more the advisor
The
type,
straight
you
up
know,
I
and do
disagree
is make
things, I don't know how
decisions
that's
on
supposed to play out. How awkward that would that be for them, thinking they're friends, and I'm just
You're
like,
the one
what?
calling the shots.
I don't ever want to come back here.
Comfortable
What this leader anointment amounts to in gameplay terms is I'm going to set the pace of the investigation. I'm the one who decides when we go into the TV world, save for some few key events. And this is important because in the coming days, we get to do what we want any old time. Yesterday I said we had the full Arcana, but I fooled y'all, didn't I? Ha ha ha. Today we get it. The Magician was actually our first Arcana, and this one reflects the bonds between people, or the bonds between the students as a group, and that Arcana is going to level up as we progress through the story. We don't have to do anything actively aside from, you know, completing the main events of the game.
Hey,
Back to the Dojima's lair.
you aren't getting involved with any strange business.
The fuck? I love how he just like he just stops everything immediately. He's like, what?
Is there anything you're not telling me?
Stay calm, calm down. Of course not. Whew. None of those matter, but they are varying degrees of avoiding Dojima's inquiries.
What's wrong? Are you?
No. We've upset the Nanako.
We're not having a
I love Nanako so much. She's one of those little kid characters that I don't dislike. You know, I actually feel
I
like,
agreed to look at
not sympathetic towards, but just I care about the little kid character. That doesn't always happen.
Got that?
Totally, Dojima. And I thank you for every second I can exist inside this household. Which is good, that way we can have time to rescue Yukiko.
Lady the one who decides the weather?
The fuck? For cooking and buying food and watching after houses, you'd think she would know about the weather.
Not really.
She's still just a little kid at heart. It's so cute. You go and watch your TV program. The news continues, heedless of the heavy atmosphere. It's only heavy because Dojima's there. Dojima! Dang it! I'm throwing off my own name thing. Since we explored the TV world today, there's nothing else we can do at night except for go to bed. We tired ourselves out from all that adventuring. So that is going to be the end of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow and Tuesday, Wednesday, we get to do our own thing. We can spend our days how we choose. And then if you're going to take a little break, I suggest you come back Thursday and Friday, where we will be doing some dungeon crawling yet again. That is it for tonight. Y'all have a happy, and I'll see you tomorrow.